What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Chase, aka CR Media, welcoming you to another episode of the AEW Dynamite Post Show, hosted by yours truly, CR Media, and my co-host Scotty Razdark Wolf. How are you this week, Scotty?
I am good, my friend. I am doing okay. What's been going on in the world of Chase?
I'm sick. So,
Again.
which is convenient. Josh and I literally were just talking about this through text. Josh was like, "Dude, you've been sick since Vendetta, which was in November."
Yeah.
And yeah, like I think it's been like 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks since November that I haven't been sick. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Anyways, so
Yeah.
fighting this sickness again. So if I randomly mute my microphone, it's so I can cough my brains out. Because I don't know how much I'm trying to drink as much hot tea as I can, but there's only so much you can consume. So
That's fair enough, my friend.
welcome everybody to the Post Dynamite Show, where we talk about everything Dynamite, what happened on there, and talk about what we liked and what we didn't like. Show's going to be a little different tonight than usual. I think we might skip the viewer time, but it depends on how quick we get through this. Obviously. Hunter says, "Hi, Chase and friends. Appreciate Hunter Dillon joining in. Stephen Chambers is here. And Matthew Holland is already lighting up the chat. He says, "Hi, Stevie Elimination Chambers." He squeezed the Mountain Dew. He squeezes the Mountain Dew bottle when he drinks it. I
I
love it.
believe that.
He says,
that.
"I love my Uncle Wayne Chase." And I have my sunglasses on. I'm not shocked. I'm
Of
not
course.
shocked.
He's
Yep.
got to have those sunnies on. He has to.
Absolutely. Scott, what would you grade AEW Dynamite this week?
Probably 6.5, to be honest.
Yeah. I love the opportunity, or I love that they got the opportunity to do what they did at the end of the show. And I feel like there's a couple of little things I'll nitpick about as we get into it. But I think a 6.5 is probably about where I'd rate it too.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't as strong as last week's, and the couple of previous weeks that we've had with it. It's not that it was bad, but it was just there was a few things that were off. That were definitely off.
Agreed. So, guys, before we get into the show, I want to remind everybody, if you haven't already, if you're living under a rock, we would like for you to go to CR Media. If you're watching on Twitch, it's exclamation point CR Media in the chat, and it's going to bring up all of my social medias. Make sure you go there and follow on all social medias. YouTube is a big one I'm doing right now, guys. Actually, all of them are big right now. So YouTube, I'm sitting at 59 subscribers. Would like to get to 100 by the middle of February. That would be fantastic. And on the Twitch side of things, guys, I'm sitting at 154. Would like to push for 200 by the end of February as well. And Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all those. I don't have the exact numbers, but right now the biggest ones are YouTube and Twitch. Would greatly appreciate it, guys. Scott, tell everybody where they can find you on social media, my friend.
Oh shit, that's right. I moved my camera, didn't I? At RazDarkWolf. You can find it on Twitch. You can find it on TikTok. Surprisingly, I do have a Twitter, but I barely use it. So, yeah, that's the main places you can find me.
All right. Good. So let's get right into this thing, man. We started off the night with Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara against Ricky Starks and Action Andretti. Yeah. I thought it was a really good match. I know a lot of people weren't very happy with the end. Obviously, I love the way they've still kind of protected Action Andretti. Of course, he lose matches. He's not going to go undefeated. But
for sure.
they didn't
Like,
make him look stupid. They didn't make him look weak in this match. So,
no, look, for me, I think that they actually made him look really good, especially putting him in there with Sammy. Um, Sammy is his work style. And I even wrote this down that I could see a potential future match of Andretti, Sammy, and Will Ospreay. Unmute yourself, Chase.
I said absolutely. So, Dean Houston says, "What's up?" Appreciate Dean joining in here. Um, Matthew only reads the first name of the thing that says Restream
Yep.
Bot, but I'm happy that Matt's staying on top of stuff. Uh, Anthony Graves was falling asleep. Interesting.
I
Interesting.
can see how some people would have fallen asleep during this show. Like,
Yeah,
I can definitely see how. And thank you, Hunter. That's really appreciated.
absolutely.
Lots of love to you
Absolutely.
there, Hunter.
Am I
But
following? Am I following? If I am I following Raz?
probably not, because I don't usually use it, and that's the only reason you're probably not following me.
Well, I'm getting a new PC next week. Actually, not even
Yeah.
next week. At the end of this week, I'm hopefully going to get it. It says it's going to be here by Friday, by the end of day. So I should have it for the stream on Saturday for the Royal Rumble, which I'm
Yep.
super excited about.
It's gonna be good,
So
man.
yes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'll be at work during Royal Rumble, so.
Oh man, that sucks.
But I'll find a way to watch it. I'll find a way somehow. Um, I'll probably do it on my. Like, I'll probably put it on my phone and then just.
We got you. We got you at 14 followers now, sir.
Woohoo!
Or maybe I'm your 15th. I don't know. It said 14 right when I clicked on it. So I might be your 15th.
Wow. I didn't even know.
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
oh, Lord.
All right, so let's get into this thing. Um,
Yeah, so
like I said,
as,
yeah,
as I was
it ended with a good, a good ending.
yeah,
Um,
I didn't like that Garcia got involved, but obviously we know why
yeah,
they
yeah,
did it.
yeah,
And as I said, I think personally, Andretti, Sammy, and Will Ospreay in the future could work out.
absolutely, absolutely. Um, so the next match we got, Darby Allin versus Buddy Matthews. Um,
Yeah, they messed up here. Because we had the Jay Briscoe tribute video, and then timing and production must have been off or something because Buddy Matthews comes out, and then it's about 5 minutes before Darby comes out. So I don't know what went wrong backstage, but something happened backstage to cause the timing to be off.
yeah, there was a long pause. I mean, because there was a commercial break, which AEW is usually really good about that, of not
Yeah,
doing the commercial breaks like right during entrances. That's a WWE move. Like, so I thought that was weird
exactly.
too. Um, obviously, my stance on this match is not going to be any different than what it usually is. Um, it
Although
was
it
a
was a decent
typical,
match.
yeah. I mean, it was a typical Darby match. I mean,
Yeah.
Buddy Matthews beat the shit out of him, and
But
then Darby.
we saw this time that there was actually some psychology to it. Like there was actually some psychology to his what he was doing, like the wearing down of when he had the sleeper hold and stuff like that.
Yeah,
We started to see that Darby is finally using some actual ring psychology instead of just whack me with a chair or whack me with a a flipping skateboard.
yeah. I mean, it 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 is what it is. The part that I really liked was when the lights went out and then Malachi and Brody King showed up, and then Ortiz showed up with a kendo stick.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
pretty excited about that. I don't know where that's going to go.
It's going to be interesting to see how they go with that and where they actually take it from there. One thing I do have to pick on from
What's
the
going
match,
on, sir?
one thing I really do have to pick on from the match is actually to do with the referee. And he did a really dodgy 2 count at one stage, where he's basically, you could see him tell Buddy Matthews to kick out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like a little bit obvious there, my friend.
Yeah. So and then Steven Chambers says Darby versus Samoa Joe rematch next week. I'm pretty excited about this. You know, uh,
I had to come in with this one thing as well, and that was Buddy using the stomp.
yeah.
Does that confirm that Seth's going to AEW?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Why not?
Or does that mean that Buddy Matthews is going to be a Forbidden Door entrant in the Royal Rumble on Saturday?
Ooh, we'll find out.
uh, um,
Hunter, is it because you need to poo? I usually feel uncomfortable when I need to poo.
so, obviously after this match, we got a highlight video about Adam Cole's return, which was huge last week.
Yeah.
And then following after that, we got Jungle Boy Jack Perry and Hook against Ethan Page and Matt Hardy. Well, what the F, dude?
Look, it was an okay match. I get the teaming of Jungle Hook, but I don't understand what's going on with Matt Hardy and why they're doing this whole contract thing with him. It makes no sense. I guess it's just keeping him busy until his brother gets back.
Is his brother coming back?
Well, we haven't heard anything, but who knows, man? Like, who the hell knows?
Yeah, I know that. Is him and Jeff already wrestling together on the independent scene?
I don't know. I know that Jeff still had his share of legal troubles and stuff like that, but I don't know if they're actually wrestling together at the moment. So,
Yeah. So, and like my biggest issue with this is, they're playing out storylines on Dynamite that happen on Rampage, and it sucks. I mean, it's no fault of theirs. I mean, it kind of is theirs, but I don't watch Rampage.
no.
So why are you showing me? Why are you showing me a feud that happens on Friday? So I don't know. Steven Chambers says, keep delaying Jeff's trial, hard telling when Jeff is coming back.
Thanks, Stephen. Thanks for the update.
Absolutely. Gears says, I totally fell asleep and missed all of Dynamite. I was dead tired after work. I went home to take a nap, ended being out for like 6 hours. Man, I used to hate that.
Damn, that's a solid nap.
I know. Like, and dude, like those are the type that'll like mess with you because you'll wake up and you'll not know what day it is.
Yeah, man. I've
And
done that.
you'll wake up and you'll think you missed work. And then
I've done
like,
that before.
yeah,
I came home one morning, had a nap, and I thought it was going to be like a 10-minute nap. I've woken up. It's bloody 7 o'clock at night,
yeah,
and I've had this nap from like 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like,
yeah,
where the heck did time go?
yeah,
I'm like, I'm late for work. I've got to get to work. I'm
yeah,
not working till the next day.
exactly. That's how I feel, Matthew. I feel like I'm freaking out and I'm waking up on a train.
Yeah.
Uh,
Also, hi Jake. We can see you there.
yes, Jake, appreciate you stopping in, sir.
Yes, we appreciate all of you stopping past, and Matthew, thank you for coming back again. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Um, so guys, you know, I'm not really. I wasn't interested in this match.
No,
I'm not really interested in much of what they're doing. Um, gosh, oh boy.
Kai, Kai, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't tell him that you're here. I might have to get Jake to tell him.
One of the things, after they got the pin, I mean, this was a pretty easy win. So that's
Yeah,
why, like, I'm not sure why they elected to, um, keep running this on Dynamite. Maybe they just needed somebody to job out to Hook and Jungle Boy. That's fine, whatever.
yeah.
Uh, the next segment we got, I thought was a little goofy on paper, but I thought it actually wound up being fairly entertaining, and it showed good promo skills from the Gun Club.
Yeah.
Not that the Gun Club didn't have good promo skills, but it kind of took more of a serious note for them. So
I
I
just,
enjoyed it. What
I,
I did enjoy was the therapist. I thought the
yeah,
therapist was awful.
yeah.
So
No, she was pointless. And look, I think the whole segment was hyped up, but it was not done as well as it could have been. Like, remember when we got the anger management with over at the other company?
Team Hell No.
Yeah, yeah. When we got
Yeah,
that, like,
I,
that
I,
was
I
funny. But
yeah, I
this,
could see that going a little bit, but um, you know, and I guess with both of those teams and Billy Gunn mixed in, I think you kind of thought like it was going to be comedic in some way.
yeah,
Um,
I can
but
see exactly what Steven's saying here about Billy screwing the acclaimed.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. But
At some point,
hopefully not. But
at some point they're going to have to. At some point they're going to have to. You know,
put him
in this
back with
whole
his
thing,
kids. Yeah,
yeah, in this whole thing with Billy Gunn. See now, Matthew. I heard Matthew is quite the wrestling historian. Um, and this is more of what I like to see from Matthew than weird stuff about um,
Mountain Dew.
Hitler having matches, Mountain Dew, and Hitler and wrestling matches and stuff like that. Kane chokeslammed Dr. Shelby through a pizza box. I remember that. Um,
Yep. So yeah, we had family therapy. Straight after that, we had, and was it a commercial or did we go? I'm pretty sure we had a commercial. No,
I think we had a
we
commercial. Then we went to Renee and Hangman Adam
and
Page.
Hangman. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
With her Hangman going again for Moxley, match number 3.
Yeah, you knew it was going to happen, especially with the the first two matches. I mean, if Mox isn't going to go take a break or take some time off, granted this is where it's going. So,
I mean,
um,
this is the first week we haven't seen him though.
yeah,
In
exactly. So, if
in like
that's
6 months.
what I mean.
Yeah,
If he's not taking a vacation, you knew they were going to have a third match. So,
yeah. I don't get me wrong. I'm keen to see it because those two have chemistry, but I just think it's a little bit too soon for what they're doing story wise. Maybe they could have had Moxley take a little bit of time off, even if it's like just a
and then
month.
built it up for Revolution.
Yeah, take a month off and then build it back up for Revolution and be like, okay, I'm here to settle the score.
Yeah. Speaking of Revolution, um, I do want to point out that the Adam Cole. We kind of skipped over Adam Cole. We'll take it back to Adam Cole for a second.
Yeah,
Uh, Adam Cole mentioned in that promo that, I mean, he didn't mention, but he made it very clear that he was headed towards
A
Revolution.
revolution.
So, Philly Sports Talk Podcast. Appreciate you hanging out. Appreciate you coming through.
Thank you
Uh,
very much for showing up.
Absolutely. Matthew says I'm funny. You're a hoot, my guy. You're a hoot. Um,
We appreciate you, Matthew.
Absolutely. But yeah, and I kind of like that the Scotty Claus is not smoking a joint. Scotty Claus is smoking a rolled cigarette with no filter, but might I add, which is a rough go, my guy. Rough go. Uh, I told you that story of the old guy at the old folks
Yeah,
home I used to do community service at.
yeah.
He used to sit and roll his own cigarettes and smoked them without a filter, and oh man, it was rough. Uh, anyways, um,
Like I mentioned to you about how there's a certain brand of tobacco over here that's classed as a prison smoke. So yeah,
it's a weird thing, man. I'll tell you what, man. When one of these companies go to Australia, might have to see how much a ticket is to get over there.
ooh,
I wonder, is it closer? It would be closer to leave from California and go to Australia, wouldn't it?
yeah. LA is probably your best, or California.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Because when you came through, you came in. You came
came
in
in.
through.
Yeah, I came in, or when I was supposed to leave from Canada, I was supposed to go through to Dallas and then through to LA.
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
So I was going to be going through LA, but that ended up changing because of the weather issues. So
Absolutely. Um, the next match we got Brian Danielson against the one member of the 6-man tag championship, Brian Cage, with Prince Nana. And,
definitely
and
match of the night again.
I thought it
Brian,
was I thought it was done very well. Brian Cage made it, told the story that he was only doing this match because he was a hired gun by MJF.
yeah,
Um,
and
and,
they paid it on the commentary as well. They mentioned like if he beats Brian, does he become the number one contender?
yeah,
And then what happens from there?
yeah. But then Brian Cage, like I said, Brian Cage manipulated it and construed it exactly how, like, hey, I could win this match and I could become the number one contender, but instead I'm just going to assault Brian and get my money from MJF. So, like I said,
Yeah,
I thought it was a good story they told. And then
yeah,
the save at the end when
Takashita.
MJF came out. So
Yeah,
uh,
and
Brian Cage's contract with AEW is expiring soon. Do you guys see Cage staying in AEW or going to WWE? I can see
I
him going
don't
to
think
WWE. I think
I
he.
don't think he'll go to WWE. I don't think he would go there.
I
I
do.
think
I.
I think
I.
he would try, but I don't think he would get as well. I know he hasn't been used that well in AEW, but I could see him going back to Impact.
Yeah. But I definitely could see him going to WWE and WWE utilizing him a little bit because of his size, his agility.
Yeah,
Um, you know,
I
uh,
guess it's just dependent on where he wants to go and what he wants to do in the future. Like, it, he's definitely the big guy. He's definitely got the Vince McMahon look,
yep.
um, and he can
And
definitely
even
go.
I mean not just like the Vince McMahon look. I mean like he's got a look, that anybody likes. I mean, Hunter may not be as big on those big guys as Vince was, but Hunter still likes, Hunter's still a bodybuilder. Hunter still
Yeah,
likes that big muscular look. So I definitely could see, Hunter trying to
yeah,
utilize him and
yeah,
bring him in.
definitely. I can see that too, but I don't see him lasting as a talent in WWE. I think he would more benefit going back to Impact and being a top player there. You're muted.
Thank you, sir. You saw, like during the commercial break and everything, Brian Cage really zoned in on that arm.
Yeah.
Was trying, like I said, they had a great psychology and a great in ring story. So, and then MJF came out. AMJF and Brian Cage tried to assault him. And
Did you
then,
hear the crowd though?
yeah,
Did you hear them? They popped for him.
yeah,
They popped for him. They didn't boo him. They popped.
yeah.
Even when he was doing the attack, they still popped.
Yeah, no, the fans are still behind MJF and still, you know, all it takes is for one little heel promo for him to kind of like lose that babyface status, and he didn't really do one tonight.
No,
Um,
no.
so
Even even when we get down to that backstage promo that he did, the fans were still behind him.
yep,
Yeah.
yeah. So and
Like,
that's kind of the situation that they're running into right now. So,
yeah.
uh, is
And
you know he's kind of running into a situation where um he's still over with the crowd. He's still kind of the baby face, but they don't know exactly what to shell out for him.
he's that
So,
tweener. He's that tweener at the moment. He's
well, he's. I'm trying to think of it. He's not supposed to be a tweener. He's supposed
no,
to be a
he's
heel.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
And
it's kind of like when Hogan and the NWO were supposed to be the heels when Vince brought them back, but the crowd was so hyped to see the NWO in WWE that they couldn't be put over as heels. And also that promo that they did at No Way Out
yeah,
didn't help.
yeah, no, and then the Stephen Chambers says, "Where's Yuta?" Yeah, we saw Yuta come to Moxley's defense
Yeah,
at earlier in the night. We kind of skimmed over that when we were talking about the Hangman Adam Page promo, but Wheeler Yuta came to Moxley's defense, but yet nobody was there to come to. I mean, Yuta wasn't there to come to Brian's defense.
yeah,
So
and we're getting a Yuta Hangman match on Rampage.
yeah, and Claudio, no Claudio either. So
Apparently, they're going that Claudio and Mox were off because of the tag match that they had.
yeah,
Yeah,
interesting.
that's why they were
So
both there. So
um,
next was Daniel Bryan Brian Danielson backstage
yeah,
with the trainer. I thought that was a damn good promo. Like
absolutely.
it
I
showed his fire.
it did. The only thing I would change, or the only thing I would kind of like nitpick out of that is he pushed him at the very end, and I thought that was really weird and out of place and unnecessary. So
Yeah,
yeah, who is Johnny Bang Muffin?
I not touching that one.
I don't
I'm
know.
not touching that one.
Neither am I. Neither am I.
So after we get the backstage segment and that awkwardness right at the end with the trainer, where he's standing there like all swole, big swole guy. We go for the Tony Storm versus Ruby Soho match, which was originally supposed to be a triple threat.
Yep.
Originally supposed to be the triple threat with Britt Baker. Gets turned into a singles match.
Yes.
What can we say about the chemistry of Ruby Soho and Tony Storm?
I loved it. I thought this was a good match. I thought both women performed Both women, were very fluid in the ring. They had great chemistry in the ring.
Mm.
Um, Good
That's what I meant.
storytelling. Uh,
It was actually decent. I wasn't going that it was anything bad for a change.
yeah. So
Like it was
here's
actually good
my
content.
issue though. My issue is with the story outside the ring.
Yeah,
Like, oh, what is going on? I don't understand
yeah.
this.
They brought this up on commentary, and it looks like they're doing the outside influence versus the homegrown talent
Uh, where
scenario.
where where the hell did this come from?
Because
I'm
Paige is a ring in, or Saraya is a ring in from WWE, and uh, Tony Storm's a ring in from WWE,
Yeah,
and
I
but
I get
so
that,
is
but
Soho.
I'm confused about this whole thing. Like, Soraya and Tony Storm tag on or tag in L.A. and then and the crowd's not that behind them. So
Yeah,
then now Soraya's a heel. There was
yeah.
no heel turn because she picked Tony Storm over Hikaru
There
Shida,
was
who's
there was a
not
heel
running a
storm.
program with her at all.
Yeah, but there was a heel turn in last week. Remember when she attacked?
I'm talking prior to that.
Yeah, prior
Yeah,
to that. But then
yeah.
we get
So now her and Tony Storm are the heels now, and Jamie Hayter and Britt are the baby faces. I'm
yeah
just lost. I
the
just
Britt Baker turn into a face. I don't get it. I really don't understand it. Like I understand if you're wanting to do the homegrown versus the invaders, but this is not the way you go about it.
it was
This
just
is
it was out of place. Is all I'm
yeah,
saying. If you
like
wanted to, I mean, like Soraya just came back. She had one of the best returns and got a huge
women's
baby face pop. And
yeah
then, like I said,
women's
if you
yeah
watch, you go back to that tag match in Los Angeles where the crowd is. I mean, it's Los Angeles, you know,
yeah. It's because
and
the crowd was expecting Mercedes. They're
yeah,
expecting they're expecting Mercedes, and look, I'm not going to lie, that's who I was expecting as well. But as I said to you before, I'm also expecting Mercedes to be the one that goes in to face um, Jade down the line.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I'm expecting, Bow Wow to introduce Mercedes and for Mercedes to take on Jade
yeah,
and Mercedes to be the one to dethrone Jade. That's
yeah,
what I'm expecting.
yeah.
But I like I said, I didn't have a problem. If you wanted to work on a heel turn, that's fine. Work on a heel turn. But to just do it out of the blue like this, I don't know. It just felt out of place, and
It
I'm
feels very
massively like,
forced.
yeah,
Feels very forced, and it feels like they leaned into it too quickly, um, just because she got that heel heat in LA,
yeah,
and
and
because of that, they went, oh, she's a heel. We've got to put her as a heel now.
well, let me ask you this: do you think it's because she got the heel heat in L.A., or do you think it's because Britt got the baby face treatment in L.A.?
Probably a combination of both, to be honest.
Absolutely.
It was probably a combination of both. And Stephen, you have a very very good point there. Are they waiting for Mercedes to get that IWGP title and then bring her in?
I don't know.
It could happen. It could happen. I think that could be a thing that they're doing because they're obviously not going to bring her in to be the number 50 that breaks Jade's streak. They're going to wait for a bigger moment. But
Yeah.
I guess we have to
I
wait and see on
Yeah,
that.
no, I don't think she'll be 50. Like I said, I do think though that she'll run that program with she will run that program with Bow Wow and
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it happens at Revolution. Maybe Bow Wow comes back and says he'll see Jade at Revolution, and we see it then. So
Maybe, maybe. Well, I get it's one thing we have to wait, and AEW's been pretty um, dodgy in that regard. Like with stories and continuity, things haven't always unfolded the way they should,
absolutely, I agree.
especially
I
lately. Like,
Yeah, I feel like sometimes they get ahead of themselves and they count their chickens before they hatch.
yeah, like I
Um,
love the company, but there's things that they need to do to make it better and get back to what they were doing before. So,
yeah. Gears says I'm not sure she's even going to AEW. She may just stay in Japan, and she may.
yeah,
Um,
we don't know.
but
That's
I think at some point she will make some appearances in AEW. I don't think that maybe she doesn't sign a long term deal with them because I know she's talked about, hey, I want to wrestle in Japan. I want to wrestle in
yeah,
Mexico. I want to wrestle in all these other places. And with AEW, she has the ability to do so. So she may, like I said, she may not sign a long term contract. She may, you know,
yeah.
do something else and then dip
She
out
might.
when
It
it's
might
time.
just be the trade. It might have been like it might be connected to Kenny winning the IWGP US title. Like it could be that they're bringing in Mercedes. She gets traded to AEW temporarily while Kenny represents the title and that sort of thing. Like we don't know. It's all speculation. It's all up in the air. Who knows what's going to happen? But
Yep. Um,
MJF promo was next.
yes. Um, he talks about, Danielson and like what it takes and what he has to do. Um, little offensive comment in there. I was like, man, this is MJF. This is MJF pushing the boundaries. He said something about a. I think how to let me think of how to word this. Something of the point of, hey, this is not the first time that somebody like me has been chased around by a man with blue eyes before.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, my guy. Whoa. So, yeah. Matthew, if you're fat, I'm a whale, my guy. So, Jesus.
Yeah, I did
Um,
notice that, and I was like, okay, okay, we're gonna play that in there, are we? Like,
yeah.
it's a bit
I,
a bit out there. Should not probably have been mentioned on live TV, but we'll
yeah.
go with it. We'll go with it.
Yeah. Um, Danielson versus Timothy Thatcher next week. Huge.
That I'm looking forward to.
Um, I actually had wondered where Timothy Thatcher had been. I didn't know he was in Japan.
Neither did
Uh,
I. I didn't know he'd actually gone over to Noah, and he's been
yeah,
working at Noah. I know that he after his or after the issues with NXT UK, like he was gone from the company.
yeah.
But
Well,
I didn't.
him and Tommaso had that great feud, and then they
Oh
turned it
man,
into a tag team.
that was a
And
barn burner of a feud. That one. That
yeah,
was like I was. For me, that was amazing. Like, holy crap! I did not expect the him
yeah,
and him and Champa to work so well together.
yeah. And you know what? That's what's crazy too, is because I thought a lot of those guys got offered trainer positions. So I thought Timothy was just a trainer for NXT
Yeah,
now. I had no idea he was in Noah until I saw that, and I was like, "Oh snap!" I was like, "We're gonna get to see Timothy Thatcher again." So,
yeah,
yeah, fight pit match, Champa versus Thatcher. So,
yeah,
and then like I said, after they got done beating the crap out of each other, they became tag team partners.
yeah.
So, um,
Essentially, that's where Dynamite or AEW ended for this week. Essentially,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's
Because after the break, we end up getting ROH Dynamite.
yeah, yeah. Ian Riccaboni came in with Caprice Coleman, and we got Jay Lethal,
Yeah.
um, and Gears of Kai says MJF pushing things as far as possible for heat, and if he continues too far, he might start to get the wrong type of heat and potentially dig a major hole for himself. Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I think
Kai,
that
if he can get away with calling Tony Khan an effing mark on live TV, and while the
well,
network producers are there, like,
well,
yeah,
he didn't get away. He didn't get away with that. That was obviously that was cleared.
yeah,
Um,
but like if he can get away with doing that on live TV and
yeah.
not copying full heat from that, like then I think he's got a lot more. I
Some
think he would have
there's just
some.
there's some things that allow for that are allowed for more boundaries than certain others.
Yeah,
Um, MJF and Paul Heyman both make the same jokes. They are both of Jewish. They are both Jewish, and they
yeah.
both make the same jokes about said stuff. So, and they seem to not garner any major heat from that. So, hey, man, more power to him. But I agree. I think some of the things he does push, but I think that
He also goes for very low hanging fruit a lot of the time.
absolutely,
Like very low hanging fruit, and it's stuff that is easily given a cheer or a boo.
yeah, oh yeah. Um, this match between Mark Briscoe and Jay Lethal, man. Let's talk about it.
Yep, yep. Look, the end of the match, the whole damn match actually had me very emotional.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
It was a hard one to watch because when Lethal was before the match even started, you could see Lethal was trying to hold back tears,
oh yeah, he was the
and
whole time.
yeah, he
Yeah,
was
I
like,
watched him get up. It was right before he exited the ring. Like it looked like he was just breaking down and crying in the middle of it, and it was just like, man, like so. I'm glad that they picked the right person to do that with him.
oh,
Uh,
definitely, and
you know,
it could. I think if it wasn't Jay Lethal, the only other person it could have been would be Samoa Joe.
absolutely.
And
Gohan 1171. Appreciate you joining, sir.
welcome, Gohan. But definitely, it was a. I just think it is sad that the time that the Briscoes get to be on network television and get to shine is after a tragic, tragic incident.
Yep.
And I really feel for Mark and that he should have been there with his brother. Like he should have been there with his brother, not just by himself.
Yep. I
Uh,
agree.
and
And it sucks. It sucks we never got to see that. And I'm hoping now with with Mark Briscoe being on TV and stuff, we'll see a little bit more of Mark Briscoe before ROH becomes a weekly episodic show. So
yeah, I was really happy that Warner Brothers finally backtracked on it and allowed Mark Briscoe on there. Um, Sad that it had to come about this way, that it had to be his brother's passing to get him to be on TV. But yeah, quality match. Started out a bit slow, but as with most ROH matches, the end is
the payoff.
always the payoff,
Yep.
and
I agree.
that elbow through the table and the J driller, just perfect.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. I you know I'm not gonna harp too much on it. I mean, like I said, it was very emotional. It was a good match between both guys. You could tell both were extremely proud of what they were doing. So,
Well,
um,
Jay Lethal gets out of the ring and he's crying his eyes out
yeah,
when he got out of the
exactly.
ring. And I don't know if you saw, but when he walked up the ropes or walked up the ramp, and the roster was coming out, um, what's his Sanjay comes up and just grabs Jay and hugs him and is crying as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I mean, both obviously, that's what's great about Lethal working with Sanjay is Lethal and Sanjay have been friends and have been road partners and all kinds of stuff throughout the 20 plus years that they've been together,
yeah,
through TNA and the Independents and stuff like that and Ring of Honor, and so it was great that he got to share that moment with Sanjay as well, because I mean, it sucks, man. It's more than just Mark losing a brother. It was Jay losing a friend. It was
oh,
all
for
of those
sure.
guys losing a friend and a partner. So
Yeah, well, um, having the everyone come out on the stage, everyone that did come out on the stage, was a great tribute as well. And when you see Mark walk up the ramp and he hugs, who's the first person he hugs?
you're asking the wrong guy, my dude. I do not
He
remember.
hugs someone, and then he pulls Tony Khan straight out of the back of the back of that crowd. Yes, Christopher Daniels was the first person he hugged. Um, but then he pulls Tony Khan straight out of the back of the Ross, like that group, and just gives him a great big hug. Right.
Yeah,
And that just goes to show that Tony Khan, as much as people fault him, he
yeah,
gives a damn about professional wrestling. He's a fan
yeah.
first. He's a fan first and a businessman second in regards
Not
to
just that,
professional wrestling.
but it also goes to show like um his appreciation for people, that those guys aren't just numbers. They're not just contracts. They're
Yeah.
they're people too. So
Like,
I agree. I think that I think that was awesome for Tony to stay on top of Warner Brothers, to get Warner Brothers to backtrack on this,
yeah,
um, and uh, to give people an opportunity to find out more about those guys,
for
Mark
sure.
and Jay, and to put that tribute together. So
Um,
that
just
that does it for the show.
yeah, just to address Stephen's comment about pushing Mark Briscoe for the ROH title. It's a good idea, but it's the sympathy thing now, and some people will look at it as the sympathy title win.
Nah, it worked for Rey Mysterio.
That's Rey Mysterio though,
Yeah, but
but I
we all
think,
know we all know Ray wouldn't have won the Royal Rumble and gotten that title shot if it wasn't for
oh, for
events
sure,
prior. So,
yeah, that is 100% true. We all know that if Eddie hadn't gone, it would have been, there is no way Ray would be champion.
yep, absolutely. Yeah,
But I think Mark would make a great champ,
I do
but
too.
I
I
also worried about the whole people turning on him because of the sympathy
Yep,
vote. Yeah.
agreed. Agreed. Um, on Rampage, we're gonna get Hangman Adam Page taking on ROH Pure Champion Wheeler Yuta.
Yeah.
And then we're also going to get a show with or a match with Powerhouse Hobbs, more than likely a
No,
squash match.
is it a match or is it just the Book of Hobbs, the next chapter in the Book of Hobbs?
It says Powerhouse Hobbs in action, so I assume it's going to be like a squash match or something.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Jamie Hayter against Sakura for the AEW Women's Title
Emi
Eliminator
Sakura.
match.
I'm
Yep.
keen for that. Emi
I'm
Sakura is amazing. Like,
yeah.
and unfortunately, her usage in AEW has not been um, great.
No,
Like,
absolutely not. Next week we're gonna see Daniel Bryanson or Brian Danielson taking on Timothy Thatcher. Hangman Adam Page versus John Moxley. The Acclaim will be in action. And Darby Allin defends the TNT title against Samoa Joe in a no holds barred match. And that is all we have for Dynamite next week.
do you think Samoa Joe's going to regain the belt? Are we
I
going to play
think
hot potato with the title?
you know what I think. I think Wardlow comes out and attacks Joe.
So we're not going to play hot potato with the title.
No,
Good.
at least I hope not.
Look, as much as we regret Darby Allin winning, it if we hot potato the title, it ain't going to look fantastic.
No, it's not. I agree.
And
Um,
thank you, Hunter.
yes, absolutely, Hunter. We appreciate you cheering the Hunter biddies, my friend. That is awesome, sir. And he says hashtag Daniel Bryanson. So yeah, I
That's his new name from now on.
yeah,
Daniel
absolutely.
Bryanson.
Daniel Bryanson. Um, so guys, like I said, appreciate you guys all joining tonight. I am fighting fevers, chills, and this terrible, terrible cough.
You sure it's
Uh,
not COVID?
I have taken, dude, like I said, I have been fucking sick since Vendetta, and
Yeah.
Vendetta was in November.
Yeah.
Minus like 10 days, maybe 17 days. I mean, there may have been a couple weeks in between there, dude. I've taken test after test after test. I'm negative.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
That's a good thing.
The only thing I can think of, I can think of is that I finally caught. I quit smoking like 12 years ago.
You got smokers catch up.
Yeah. Finally, the lung cancer is finally getting to me. So I
Let's
don't
hope
know.
not. Let's hope not,
Yeah,
because I actually like you.
yeah.
So
Heard that. Wish I didn't. I like me too. um. So, guys, I appreciate everybody that joined in tonight. I do want to take an opportunity to kind of plug this really quick. You know, uh, Scotty is sitting at 14 or 15 followers on Twitch. If you guys are following me on Twitch, I would hope you would go follow Scotty as well. Show Scotty some love. Speaking of showing love, we have 34 members in the Discord. I'm trying to push for 50. So if you guys have not already, please go join the Discord. Come hang out with us. One of the perks of the Discord is we're going to be doing watch alongs, if you will. Premium live watch alongs. If you can take hint. And in order to watch the premium live watch alongs, is you have to be a subscriber on the Twitch. Now, right now, I'm sitting at 4 subscribers. I'm not going to ask any of you guys to subscribe, but if you are an Amazon Prime member, they do give you a free option to subscribe to somebody once a month. If you would like for CR Media to be that subscription, that would be great. I would greatly appreciate it. Obviously, because I go live
it's
4
the
times a
thing
week,
is
and we provide great content for you guys.
the thing is, as an Amazon Prime subscriber, it's free for you to subscribe to them, but that the person that you subscribe to still gets paid.
Yes.
So if someone does
exactly.
subscribe to CR Media, Chase will still get paid, even though it's free for you. And
Absolutely.
look, you don't have it'll only last a month, but you come back next month, you can subscribe with that subscription again. You can use your
Absolutely.
Amazon Prime multiple times over the year. It doesn't have to just be for 1 month.
Precisely. And you know what? Um, I I did want to also say, like I said, we will be watching Royal Rumble in the Discord on Saturday, but you have to be a subscriber to the Twitch to do so. Hunter, I will get with you after the stream. Um, we may have. I think you already subscribe. So we'll like I said, I'll get with you
We'll
after
sort
stream, but
something
we'll
out for
go
you,
with it.
Hunter.
Yep.
We'll sort.
Um, but yeah, like I said, make sure you come hang out with us Saturday. The Discord is at 34 members. Would love to get to 50 before the end of the month. Doesn't look like that's going to happen, but let's try and push for 50 in February. And then like I said,
Also,
you guys have seen Stream Elements in there. Hit the link tree. Follow on all forms of social media, guys.
and if you
There's
can
going to be a
bump me up
lot of
on
great things
TikTok
coming
as
in the
well,
future.
and if you
Yeah,
can bump me up on TikTok as well, because I've only got 80 followers at the moment. So
only 80.
yeah,
Damn, I thought you had more.
no, I've only got 80 followers.
Yeah. Go
So
show Scott some love, my guys.
yeah, at
Go show Scott some
RazDarkWolf.
love.
I've got to remember that I moved my camera. So yeah, at RazDarkWolf on TikTok, you'll find my videos. I don't post too much, but what I do post, I hope you enjoy.
Absolutely. All right, guys. So that puts us right
Just over
at just an hour. I was like, man, I really don't want to end the stream for an hour, but guys, I am going to get some rest. I am going to take lots of drugs to help me feel better, and then afterwards, hopefully, I'm better by tomorrow night for the I-70 hot tag. We are going to have Evangelistico on the show. For those that have been following the I-70 hot tag, Evangelistico was part of the commission in Journey Pro, and my son Dimitri has his golden hat. So,
That's awesome.
oh my god. So like I said, hopefully I'm better by tomorrow night. But
I'm sure you will be. I'm sure that all the drugs will kick in, and if not, you'll have plenty more.
yeah, I know. But yeah, guys, we greatly appreciate you. Always tune in. Wednesday nights, 15 minutes after Dynamite, we go live. Scott and I. Also, guys, want to plug our media outlet, Sports Empire Network. Guys, make sure you check out Sports Empire Network on all forms of social media. Sports Empire Network is your go-to spot for all things sports. We cover NFL, we cover NBA, we cover hockey, we cover MLB. We also started something called the New Breed, where we're starting to interview um, high school kids that are going into college and college kids that are coming out. A lot of great stuff on there. Plus, you're going to find CR Media's content on there as well. And as a way of saying thank you to everybody who does follow Sports Empire on social media, go to SeatGeek.com, enter in promo code SEN for Sports Empire Network, and you will get $20 off of your first purchase with SeatGeek.com. I used
Just
it
like
for my
you did that.
WrestleMania tickets.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
WrestleMania.
I already did it. So,
Yeah, I went
pretty.
there. I went there to have a look at the tickets for the upcoming match in Kansas for the Chiefs,
Oh,
and
gotcha.
yeah, I put in the promo code, came up with $20 off.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you
I may
go.
not be in the US, but it still came up with $20 off.
There you
So,
go. I like it. I like it. So, guys, yeah, make sure you join the Discord. Come hang out with us. Scott, you got anything to close us out with, my good guy?
good fight. No, I'm not going to steal from you this week.
No, go ahead, guys. My name is Chase. I run CR Media. This is my friend Scott. And as always, guys,
Good fight and good night.
adios, muchachos.